Hello, board of directors. I would like to thank you again for this opportunity to establish ourselves in the muesli industry. My group, known as Group Z, has been working around the clock to prove to you all that we deserve to be given a chance to continue operations in the muesli business for decades to come. We have more than proven ourselves through our results, ending with an evaluation of over 60 million euros over the previous periods, which was over 30% higher than our next best competitors. In this presentation, my group will explain to you all how we were able to achieve this feat, exactly what strategies we used, and what we have learned from our experiences that will cause us to perform even better in the future should we be given the green light to continue operations. First, we will hear from Jake Chow, our purchasing manager, who will be telling you about his role in the company.
Thanks, Daniel, for the introduction. As the head of the purchasing department, my role as the purchasing manager entailed a range of responsibilities, including forecasting production for the upcoming month, running MRP, and lastly, ordering products on a timely basis. Our team's forecast strategy was exceptionally effective because of our ability to adapt to the fluctuating market demands and customer preferences. In the first two rounds, we produced an equal amount of all flavors to see which would sell the most. Our strategy was to find out which flavors would be the most popular amongst our consumers, and we could specifically focus on those products. As the graph illustrates, we identified nut and blueberry muesli as our top selling products during the first few rounds. So we made sure to forecast those products at higher amounts compared to our other products. In the beginning, we sold around 4 products, forecasting around 180 to 200,000 boxes per muesli type. Over the course of the period and working hand in hand with the logistics department, we adjusted our forecast and decreased it as we spotted our warehouses becoming overstocked and full. This slight adjustment ultimately led to much success within our division. After decreasing our forecast for each product by around 50 to 80,000, our department was able to accurately meet market demands and keep a steady stream of raw materials entering our warehouses. Another key factor that helped create our success was my department's excellent communication with the supply chain department. Communicating and coordinating with the departments on when shipments would arrive and were to be expected allowed us to immediately manufacture products on a timely basis. Next, you'll be hearing from our supply chain manager, Imminent Victory, to tell you about our procedures regarding inventory management.
Thank you, Jake, for that wonderful introduction. As supply chain manager, my role encompasses a diverse range of responsibilities that involve overseeing and managing all materials related to the types of muesli bars that we offer. I coordinated and organized our products and inventory to the head of our logistics department in order to optimize sales rates and meet the demands of our customers. I've handled a variety of products with different ranges regarding the quantity over the past periods. In our early stages during period 4 to 5, we have had an oversupply in products. However, our warehouse was capable to quickly adjust and manage these various amounts of products with no delay and a decrease in buildup. One of my main duties involves managing product orders and ensuring that the muesli bars are ready to be delivered on time to the logistics department. Communication is key in this process, and our company has built a strong line of it. We have created a dedicated team to track and monitor the deliveries of our products, which enables me to execute the shipping process promptly and efficiently, minimizing delays and ensuring that our customers receive their orders in a timely manner. In the past 10 periods, we have converted 378 deliveries of raw materials with 0 errors and mishaps. Now we have Daniel, the head of logistics, who will discuss our stock transfers and our distributions.
Thank you, Imminent. Hello again. My job in Group Z is to control the delivery logistics of the company. I had 3 key decisions to make in my role. How often should deliveries be sent out from the main warehouses to the regional warehouses? How much inventory should be in each shipment? And whether or not we use the push or pull strategy with deliveries. Our company operated in the 3 regions, North, West, and South. Our strategy was to keep supply equal amongst the 3 regions so they would all account for an equal part of sales. As you can see from the graph, the deliveries to each region were kept approximately the same for each month in order to achieve the business strategy of diversification we were looking for. A major part of my job was deciding how much product we should be shipping out and how often it should be getting shipped out. Early on, I decided that the best way to do the shipments is to send them out daily. I chose this option as I did not want to hold back inventory from being able to be sold while waiting in the main warehouse to be shipped. This decision obviously came with the drawback that we'd have to spend more money on delivery trucks every day, but this cost was relatively insignificant as it was just €1,000 per delivery. And based on the amount of profit we were bringing in, and amount of loss we could risk incurring if a buildup were to incur, shipments every day was the correct decision to make. I also had to carefully set the amount of stock shipped out every day to make sure stock does not build up in the main warehouse. This part of my work required perfect communication with our supply manager, as whenever he made a change to the amount of supply we were producing, I had to quickly replicate this change in the stock transfer. Lastly, I had to decide whether I wanted to use the push or pull strategy when it came to stock transfer. To do this, I had to first understand the key differences between the two strategies. The push strategy involves setting an amount you want to be transferred to each regional factory every day, and it being sent there no matter how much stock is already in each regional factory. On the other hand, the pull strategy involves setting a target of units for each regional factory, and deliveries will simply refill the regional warehouse to that amount every day. The main difference in these two strategies is that the push strategy moved extra warehouse into the regional warehouses, while the pull strategy kept product in the main warehouses. For the majority of the game, I used the push strategy. I chose the push strategy because I felt it gave me more control over stock transfer. I set the amount I wanted to deliver to ensure that all products being sent out with little stock remaining stockpiled in the main warehouse. And you can see this by the graph. Despite my best efforts, one necessary improvement in my work going forward was that I did not realize how much stock was being built up of 500 grams of nut-flavored muesli in the South warehouse. It took me until the last round to realize that this was problematic, so I decided to switch to the pull strategy to keep my regional warehouses from overflowing, as this was costing us precious money and resources. Additionally, I had to instruct our production team to produce fewer products, especially of 500 grams of nut muesli, as it was piling up. Now that I've faced this issue and know more about push and pull strategies, I'll be even better at making sure the inventory stays at the preferred amount in each warehouse to keep business operations running smoothly in the future. Next, you'll be hearing from Cameron Kramer, the head of our marketing department, who will be discussing his role in the company.
Thank you, Daniel, for the introduction. As Chief Executive for Marketing for Company Z, my role involves developing strategies to effectively sell our products in response to market trends. In order to set our muesli apart from our competitors, we decided to position our muesli as a premium quality product through branding. By investing more money in marketing only 5 muesli flavors, we were able to notice a significant increase in revenue. This is because the increased marketing efforts led to more exposure, and which in return attracted more customers and generated more sales. To the left of the slide, we get to see our marketing expenses per area, with totaling up to €11,488, with a daily expense of plus or minus €60 per day. To the right on the top is a graph representing our marketing expenses per flavor, and it shows how we invested a little bit more in both the North and West, and our main investment was into nut muesli. On the bottom is our revenue of each product by area, and as you can see, both our marketing expenses and our revenues are very similar, showing that our marketing works, and it also shows that our revenue, we get a little bit more in both the North and West, which is what we do a little bit more in our marketing, or invest a little bit more in our marketing. By branding our muesli as a premium product, we were able to sell it at a price point that was above the industry average while still attracting the interest of our target customers. This pricing strategy enabled us to achieve increased sales and profitability, demonstrating our experience in understanding market trends and consumer behavior. To the left, we get to see cost compared to revenues per period, showing that as the periods went on, our revenue got better compared to our cost, showing that we understood what price point we should set our muesli at. And to the right, we get to see revenue versus cost per area, showing that we made a little bit more revenue in both North and West, which is where we invested most of our marketing in. Our marketing efforts have contributed significantly to the success of our business and serve as a key reason why Company Z should not be sold off. By continuously monitoring market trends and adopting strategies accordingly, We have been able to maintain a competitive edge and consistently achieve our business goals. Now I want to introduce our financial and accounting manager, Michael Long.
Thank you, Cameron, for that great introduction. As you said, my name is Michael Long, and I'm the head of the finance and accounting department here at Company Z. And my job consists of tracking our financial statements and posting journal entries of our actions within our company. And I was also in charge of utilizing our cash to our advantage. So we started off with 6 million euros of debt in the forms of bank loans in order to finance our operations here. In the beginning, we were incurring unnecessary costs, but as we figured out what we needed to produce and in what quantities, we were able to accumulate quite a bit of cash from our sales. With this heavy amount of debt, we didn't want that to stick around. So I was able to use our surplus cash to pay off our bank loans bit by bit. And we started off with an interest payment of around 7,000 euros a month, which brought down our company evaluation a lot. So every time our cash amount reached 1 million euros, I paid 750,000 to 500,000 euros off, eventually repaying 5.43 million euros worth of our loans, bringing our credit rating up to an AAA plus rating and bringing down interest to around 1,000 euros a month, proving us capable of financing our operation. And over our 10-period tenure, we had an average of 1.2 million euros on cash on hand to invest into our company. And speaking of investing, once our company figured out what products worked for our areas, I was able to utilize some of our surplus cash into investing into new production equipment. I invested in new and more efficient equipment in order to speed up our setup time. And once we started at a setup time of 8 hours, and once we grew our cash account, I was able to invest 250,000 euros into bring it down to 5 hours, and another 250,000 euros to bring it down further to 4 hours, effectively reducing our setup time and making us a more capable company in terms of production. Through our boosted sales, investment in our production equipment, as well as paying down our bank loans, Company Z has proven itself to be a financially sound company and a valuable asset to the Muesli Corporation. So this brings us to having to consider a global perspective. And one question that arose was, what if Muesli Corporation was located in the United States instead of Germany? Well, when we looked at our sales per distribution channel, we noticed that our main buyers were larger grocery chains, as well as independent grocers, as you could see in our graph. And so our smallest market were the hypermarkets, as there's not very many in Germany. However, there are two major chains in the United States, both Target and Walmart, which are considered hypermarkets. So if Muesli were to be in the United States, we would have to shift our focus much more to the demand from hypermarkets, as they're much more prevalent in the US as opposed to the smaller chains that are found in Germany. So thank you for listening to my analysis on our financial status, and I'm going to hand it back to Daniel for our conclusion. Thank you.
Hopefully, you now know and understand our business strategies and feel more comfortable doing business with us in the future. As you can see by our presentation, Company Z is a great asset, and you should not sell us off. Thank you for your time, and please let us know if you have any questions.